Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm answering a question on external linking. Now, I don't believe that I've ever done a video on external linking before, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to address that. So this person on this SEO forum asked, how do I do external linking? And they were saying, let's say, for example, that, and I'm imagining that they're using like the proprietary metrics, something like Ahrefs URL rank, or maybe the Moz rank of a page, which is meant to simulate the page rank, or how Google sees the strength of a domain based on how many incoming hyperlinks are coming to it. But anyway, so this person is saying, let's say that you have your home page has got a URL rating in Ahrefs of 10, and you want to boost it up, so you internally link another page, and that page might have like a URL rating of 3. That'll help boost the home page, because remember, internal links also pass PageRank, aka link juice, or the link equity. Hyperlinks pass some voting power from the page that they're linking from to the page that they're linking to. It's basically like a vote, and it passes a little bit of that page equity. So PageRank, link juice, link equity, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So internal linking does that, but when it comes to external linking, a lot of SEOs have believed for a long time that one of the signs of quality, or one of the things that can help a page rank higher, is to link to an authoritative page on that subject. For example, if you did a research topic on whatever, you're doing like an informative page, and you're writing this article, and you're trying to make it rank. Okay, so you link to a study that was done, some authoritative study. You see this a lot in marketing, actually. Like, a lot of times people will link to previous studies. So scientific papers, they do the same thing. Scientific web pages, medical, they'll same type of thing. They'll link to authoritative studies. So that is very much believed to have some sort of positive impact. But a lot of people don't do external linking because they don't want to pass any of the page rank, or the link equity, link juice. They don't want to pass it around to other sites. So they want to keep it all for themselves. So a lot of people don't do external linking. But this person says, if I link to an external site with good ranking, good URL rating, good domain ranking as far as hyperlink wise goes, and it is, you link into a site with a lot of backlinks. Now their question is like, it's really hard to understand here. They're saying, how does that compare to linking external site with a good rank and a few backlinks? Which is better? Do you want to rank to a site, or do you want to rank to a page that has a lot of backlinks and a good rank, or link to an external site with good rank and only a few backlinks? I think what they're trying to say is, like, if you had a choice between two studies that you were using as a reference. Let's say that you had a point that you were trying to make in your article, and you had two somewhat equal pages, or two studies that kind of back up your point. Which one do you want to link to? The one that already has a ton of backlinks, or the one that only has a few, but they're similar, they're ranking similarly in Google? Which one do you want to link to? Which, if you link to one or the other, is that going to improve your ranking? A good thing to remember, and I think we discussed this maybe like one video ago, might have been 2 videos ago, And it was one of the points that we talked about in the way that Google really sees this is good sites rarely link to bad sites. A good site most of the time is going to link to another good site. So I think you have to use some kind of judgment when it comes to this. If you have two studies, what I generally try and do is link to the original study whenever possible. A lot of times you'll see articles that reference about studies, but they don't actually link to the original study. They'll link to something that links to, maybe even links to a page that links to the original study. I try and find the original studies because I think that's just better for users overall. Uh, but a lot of time you'll see that when people are trying to find something to link to when it comes to external links and they're trying to prove a point about something, they'll just find whatever is in page one of Google. They'll usually just grab whatever's near the top. But, if you can find the original study or the original piece of research, that's probably good. But if you link to another page that has authority, that's probably okay too. But that's just what I like to do. Now, if you have two different pieces of original research and they both say about the same thing and you want to link to one or the other, I don't think it's really going to hurt your site if you choose one over the other. I think a lot of times when it comes to specific types of articles, Google wants to see you linking to something that is authoritative or original research, something that proves what you're trying to say in your article. That's one of the things that I also look for in SEO audits. There are certain types of articles. There are certain times when there's articles that are at the top of the rankings. Let's say if you're Googling something. One example is how to freelance or how to start freelancing, and you'll notice a lot of the articles that are up near the top, a lot of the ones that are in the top 10, they begin in the first couple paragraphs, in the first 2 or 3 paragraphs. A lot of those link to some sort of study about how many people are freelancing. Like, 85% of the population is, going to freelance by the year 2050 or whatever. But you'll notice that, and that's one of the things that I look for too, is if you see that type of pattern, then yeah, and you're trying to rank for a certain keyword and everything that's like ranking for that has that kind of external linking to a report or a study or some sort of original research, it's probably a good idea for you to do too. But as far as if you're just choosing which thing to link to, generally speaking, here's what I try and do. I try and link to either the original research, if it's an original paper. If I can't find the original paper or the original research, I will link to another article from a reputable site that I trust that has a track record of ranking and being trustworthy within that niche. So good sites end up getting rewarded, more than, sites, the ones that already have a lot of links end up getting more links. But a lot of times too, I will link to articles if I find an article or if somebody presents me with an article and it's actually original research or it's formatted in a way that is good design, original content. Sometimes I will link to that too, instead of just linking to the same thing that everybody else is linked to already, like 500 times. So it all depends. I think it is good to link out in some cases, just kind of to back up your point, and but try and find sites that are reputable, or that ones that have original research, or ones that have authoritative research. Those are good things to do. I wouldn't just link to just anything. I would be very careful about that, so because remember, good sites have a tendency to link to other good sites. Good sites, one of the characteristics is they don't link to bad sites. So if somebody is just rehashing what everybody said, or if their research ends up coming to a different conclusion than the majority of other research out there, then maybe don't link to that one. Link to something that has a scientific consensus, or something that is original research that is probable. Now, this is going to be a lot more important when it comes to certain sectors, specifically what we call your money or your life sites. So those would be like health, safety, finance, housing, real estate, anything like that that can directly affect your well-being, your health, your money, your stability. Anything like that that you're linking to, you should be linking to something that's highly reputable, scientifically proven. Don't be linking to the conspiracy theory websites. So use your judgment with that. But with everything else, like if it's marketing, or if it's something like home services or something like that, link to something that is within your industry that has a solid reputation. If it's manufacturing, or if it's home services or home improvement or something like that, that could also be considered something that you would want to link to something authoritative. I know this is a long-winded answer, but essentially, like, the number of hyperlinks that are coming to a page, that's not the most important thing that I'm looking at when it comes to externally linking to something. It's basically how much do I trust that site, and how likely is Google to trust that site or that research. If that site has a proven record of having good research, or if it's like a college or a university or some kind of scientific study like that, then that's an easy decision. That's something that I'm going to link to. But link to something reputable. I hope that answers that question. External linking, yes, something that you should do. It's not going to leech off any of your link juice or link equity or page rank. Something that just shows that you're not just pulling ideas out of thin air, you're not pulling arguments out of thin air. Just shows that you're backing up what you're saying, and you have done some research into certain things. Hope that makes sense. My name's John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here every single day making videos on SEO. And until next time, peace.